We are here from San Francisco at the Australian San Francisco Aussie Drinks Australian Consulate and Entrepreneur Meetup, quarterly meetup. As you can tell, it is a rip-roaring time back there, and everyone's having a great time networking, getting to know one another, and getting in our green room for their interviews to talk more about what they do. So this is Rob from Credible, and he is the Director of Business Operations at Credible. And I do apologize if the volume's a little loud. The moment we started filming, it got louder. It is what it is, guys. So I hope it's well balanced. And Rob, thank you so much for being here with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here. So this Credible is an American company, correct? That was just listed on the Australian
Securities Exchange in December last year.
Congratulations, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Are you psyched about that?
Pretty psyched about it. A lot of good work went into it from a lot of good people. Yeah.
Nice, wonderful. And so I'm going to kind of keep it simple so that our network in Australia, Southeast Asia, and the US can get a better feel and a comprehensive feel of what you guys do at Credible, guys and ladies, I guess.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, if you will. And so can you tell me more just what Credible is, and then we'll go into kind of your story.
Sure. Credible is a financial services marketplace. I'm not sure if you've ever used Kayak before or Expedia. Similar premise, but what we do is we provide options to consumers when they're choosing certain financial products. So, for example, you need to get a student loan, which is a big thing here in the US, as you may know. You can come onto Credible, answer a few quick questions, and within 90 seconds you can get personalised and pre-qualified rates from multiple lenders. And that's a really special thing because nobody else does that. Everyone else says, hey, we'll give you a rate range between 4 and 12%. We'll tell you, actually, you're going to get 6.25 with this lender, 6.3 with this lender, 6.4 with this lender, and you can actually see and get that rate, and it's going to be 99% accurate of the rate that you would actually get with that lender. And if you like that, you can click on that lender and then complete the rest of the application on the Credible website.
That is really fascinating. So what is your demographic base? Is anyone who needs money, or is it mostly students?
Yeah, so it's a millennial audience primarily, but with the student loan space you also have co-signers on loans. So you might be a student at school, going to shop for what loan you need, and then you may need your parent or a guardian to be a co-signer on that loan. So there's also an older demographic there as well, as you can imagine.
That's very true. So that's really exciting, and this is global, correct?
We are just in the US and just focused on the US market.
Okay. And that's really interesting, though, because we all know in the US, us Americans, student loans are the death of us and our economy. So hopefully Credible can ease that anxiety and ease that, basically this is what you're getting and you better be happy with it, and actually give people some choices in their future.
Yeah, I think that's it. We want to bring choice, simplicity, and transparency to the process because it's a really big financial decision to make, and we want to make it as easy as possible for consumers to check out what's out there for them and see it in a way that makes sense to them. If they're shopping for flights, they want to know that they can get from San Francisco to New York with these different airlines at this price and at these times. We want to bring that same experience to when they're shopping for their financial services products.
That's wonderful. I wish I had that option when I was starting off in college, 10 years ago, aging myself. But that's really wonderful. So you being an Aussie and Credible being an American company, how did that come to be? What's your story?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the CEO of Credible is an Australian. Is an Australian banker previously. He saw the problem when he came over to the US and he thought, hang on, I reckon there's a way that we can put a marketplace around this to provide that transparency to consumers. So he started the company about 5 or 6 years ago and built it up to a point. I was 50th employee into the business, and I met him through a mutual acquaintance when I was looking for work in the US. And he said, I think there's an opportunity for you here in the business. How would you like to come on and try and see what it's like? And I said, I love it. I love the idea. I'd love to be a part of your team. And that was almost 2 years ago, and I haven't looked back.
And so they sponsored you for your visa then, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Guys, that's really hard here.
Well, if you are an Australian, there's a really good visa for the Australians, as you know. But I'd encourage anybody in Australia or whoever you are. There's a land of opportunity here in the US. If you can find a company and you've got a skill set that you believe is transferable to what is a booming economy over here in the US. It's definitely a land of opportunity.
That's really fascinating, and that's really cool that you got that opportunity and you dove right in.
Right.
Which is really cool.
I think you got to back yourself that you are, an employable person, and the company should pay attention to you, and you will find work. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I do have a cultural question. I've learned a bit about Australia and I'm from New York. So when you're doing a project or you're working on something, you're like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Let me give you the bullet points and break it down just so that in case you want to know. And I've been told that in Australia, there's a big kind of disconnect with your cultural comfortability doing that. How have you transitioned to that in the United States?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I think the US and Australian cultures are very, very similar. I think there's a good connect. When I work with my US colleagues, I feel like I'm working with my Australian colleagues. We get each other. There's a lot of common elements. I mean, a lot of Australian culture is based on American culture by virtue of the TV that we watch and the social media that we're exposed to. So I think it's when it transfers to work, it's not too much different. We're on the same wavelength. Oh.
Wow, that person is in charge. Wow, that was excellent. So keep going.
Yeah. But it's a great place to be, and I think Australians are well understood. Apart from our accents, at times people will tell you to speak slower or enunciate your words a little clearer. But apart from that, you're very well understood.
But you guys are so much more approachable and funny. Everyone's funny. Everyone I meet just has a great slapstick humor. They're just really easy to talk to. They don't fret or bother about things the way Americans do. So yeah, I mean, I think again we both have that that kind of that blend where we both appreciate what each other's culture attributes to a work relationship, which is great.
I agree. I think we're fairly easygoing, and they're your words, not mine, because I think Americans are actually very easygoing and very approachable.
No, we just gave up. We're just whatever. I'm done. We can just make it work. You guys are no, it'll be great, and then we're okay, maybe it'll be great. So thank you so much, Rob, for being here with me and telling me about your story and what you guys do at Credible, which is really awesome. If anyone in the U.S. market, we're speaking to you Americans, who are looking to go to college or get a loan or have some options for your financial future, check out Credible. And where can they check out Credible?
They can check out credible.com. Credible.com is where to go. Check it out. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. This is Jack with Beach City, and we're in San Francisco. Stay tuned for more.